Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artists Frank and Krista Linatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, Lord L, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to another edition of the Ultimate Fancast. This week, we have Ultimate community member, an OG Fluffle from almost the very beginning. Just an amazing person. I'm excited to bring MsFirefly to the stage. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! I completely forgot that Brian usually does that, and so I'm like cheering, and I'm like, "Where is she? She's not there." Fireworks everywhere, bunnies jumping.
Oh, we gotta add the bunnies jumping.
Fireworks.
Yeah, we'll definitely do the fireworks, but maybe get like some jumping bunnies. That'd be cool too for the intro.
Some binkies. I don't know.
Yeah, we can definitely do the binkies. I'm binkying right now, like, like
Settle down.
Okay, yeah. But no, we are very excited to have MsFirefly with us this evening, and we've been trying to make this happen for a long time. Last time I was the problem because I was on a ship and I had no internet. So now I'm traveling. Like everybody probably recognizes that this is not the normal background, but we had to make this happen, and now Luke's not here. So Luke. Hopefully he'll jump on, but thank you, MsFirefly, for joining us. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. No, we're so excited. Yeah, like you are a true OG, right? Like we've had other people on the show, but like, weren't you one of the early people in the server and part of the Fluffle fam?
I joined in January. I think I'm 2 weeks behind Doug.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty early.
He just beat you because he knew Frank from tattooing. How did you discover the Battle Bunnies? What?
Instagram. I saw Frank's art and I loved it. I actually emailed him many years ago about doing a cover up for me. He was enthusiastic about it, but life happened and I couldn't do it. And then through Frank, I found Krista's Instagram and I started following both of them. So I loved her realism and I loved his characters. So I just followed them for years.
Nice. So when they did the Instagram about the Spartans that, caught your attention and you were able to jump into the family at that point on the Discord?
I'm not much on the socials, so when I did check in and I saw their post about the Battle Bunnies, I joined that day.
I'm so jealous. That's such a guy. I love that.
Yeah. You said you wanted to have Frank do a cover up. Did you ever end up getting the tattoo covered up by somebody else, or
no?
Still?
I hopefully, I mean, I would get it covered up one day, but I haven't done it yet. So,
but you have had Krista do some artwork. Is that true?
Yes, she did the one on my arm, right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's
yeah. That is. That's wicked. That is so awesome.
Her and Frank are my bucket list tattoo artists. So, and since joining the Battle Bunnies, Creature has been added to that bucket list. So, those are my want to tattoos.
Very nice.
Yeah, Creature's so good. My goodness.
Yeah. That's I like, if I was gonna have a tattoo, like this community, I think I could probably, not go wrong with anybody inside of our community for a tattoo. Like there's there's just such awesome people inside of the Fluffle fam. So,
Yeah.
But
And that's
I
like
haven't.
next level tattoo, right? Because now you get to like look at that, and then there's like a memory around like Krista tattooing you that like that tattoo, and like that's like a part of you.
Yeah.
It's just it's amazing.
And this one like really means a lot to me. So to have her do it on top of that is literally just a dream come true for me. Even like my family who hates tattoos, they loved it. So I I can't complain.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Is that a story that you can share, like why it means so much to you?
Um, it's for my grandparents. On my mom's side, they both passed away. My grandma more recently. Um, so when I went to her and I told her what I wanted, I didn't have a clear picture in my head. I just knew I wanted it to represent them.
Hmm.
So and she brought it to life. Like I didn't know what I wanted specifically. I just knew elements that I wanted, and it's like she plucked it out of my brain.
That's so
um,
awesome.
Hmm.
yeah. So the owl on the stack of books, that would be my grandpa, because he one of the smartest men I've ever known. And then just the color in the entire thing, that's my grandma. She was a very colorful character. And she brought
Oh,
color to a lot of like light and brightness to a lot of people. So that's what it is.
that is so
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah, yeah. My son, he has a tattoo on his arm, and he did it to honor his grandpa, my dad, a few years ago, and it just stuff like that, like just it means so much. Like it's, I mean, he's gonna have that with him his entire life, like, and
Yeah.
the fact that he
Hmm.
chose to do something that represented, you know, his grandpa, like grandpa and your grandma, that's just beautiful.
Yeah. I always make sure to tell people it's in honor of them. It's not for them because they would have hated the tattoo. They hated tattoos. So it's not for them. It's to honor
It's in
them.
honor them. Okay,
Yeah.
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 'Cause they
No,
would
that's
have hated
awesome.
the thing on my arm. They would have loved the art, but they would have hated that I had it on my arm. But in
Eh,
honor of
you,
them,
you be
that's
you.
why I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's awesome because I think I don't know. I got a piercing when I was in college, and my dad saw it, and he tried to rip it out of my ear, and that would have hurt a lot. But
Yeah.
he finally settled down about stuff like that. Like, but he didn't like any of that stuff. Like, but I think he would love the fact that my son now has like a photo that he created, for his grandpa, and that he gets to
Yeah.
honor him that way. So I love that you're honoring him that way.
Yeah. I have two others. I have one on my wrist and then the one I want to cover up on my leg. And just out of respect, I made sure to cover it up when I was around them. So, because I knew they didn't like it, but I wanted it anyway. So
Hmm.
I just made sure, they never had to see it. So just to
Yeah.
make them happy.
Yeah, I wasn't as smart
And
with
less
my
questions.
dad.
Who no one wants all those questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, no,
And
that's
my dad
nice.
was picking me up from school, and he's like, "What's that?" Like that was the only thing he could see. Like I jump into the truck, and immediately he sees like the piercing, and he's like, "I had a big hoop, and or not a big hoop, but I had a hoop," and he immediately grabs a hold of my ear, and I was like, "What?" And he starts pulling, and I'm like, I luckily get away from him, and it was not ripped out, but man, he got lifted pretty quickly. So that's better that you were smart enough to cover the stuff up just to respect their wishes. And I didn't
Yeah.
realize he had such a problem with it. But yeah, it's our bodies, right?
Yeah.
We can decorate them and ornate them, you know, and you know, some people they may not
Yep.
like it. We
Yeah.
love it. We love your owl. That's awesome.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
loved it
Um,
too.
so
So what do you think? We got this. We have a we can bring something to stage, right? Or do you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
wait
yeah.
on
Bring
that?
the
The photos?
yeah. Go to share. And then there you go.
Oh. Mhm.
There we go.
Yeah, this was
Yep.
this was the Richmond for those uninitiated that don't know what these photos are from. These are from
Well, I
Richmond
haven't
last
been, but
year. You
yep,
did not
that's
get to go
Jalil,
last year,
right?
but yeah, that's Jaleel. Was this your first game playing? Do you remember from the event in October?
Yes, I think I'd watched pretty much all of the testing and everything like that, but this is
Mhm.
my first time actually playing the game.
Hmm.
How
Unfortunately, I
did?
haven't gotten any better.
Oh,
Oh
It's-
no, is that John
oh,
Briggs in the back?
that
yes.
is John Briggs in the back. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And who's like? Is that?
always working.
Yeah, yeah. He's back there working on something, probably spreadsheet. No, I'm just
Who's coming in?
kidding.
Probably a spreadsheet.
Yeah, no, no. It was a great event. Like there was a lot of people from the community there. Like go on to the next photo. I think there's more. Like there was Aaron right there, and there's our dog or not. Yeah, is that? No, that's not our dog. That
Uh,
is.
looks like Doug
Uh,
and Bill.
oh, yeah, I can't see
Yeah,
Maybe
and
these.
then
My
Krista's
camera's
Krista.
talking.
so. Yeah, is that Doug and
Krista's
Bill
in the
Danger?
background.
Is that
Yes.
Krista?
Yes.
Um,
Jalil. Yeah.
and I think the guy in the red shirt, I talked to him for a second. He was just somebody that they met downstairs at the convention, and we invited him up
Hmm.
to the suite to talk about the game and the community and that kind of stuff. And he came up and joined us for a while. So he and Aaron
That's
were
fun.
having some fun. Go ahead and scroll to the next one. Let's see, yeah, that's more like just the poker
So I
player. I can
see
see you in the background. Yeah, you're in the background.
Preacher,
Uh,
Mike,
Yeah.
clapping,
Hopefully, I
Aaron.
I
Yep,
like
you're
to
in the
stay in the
background.
background.
me too. That's why I'm taking the photos.
Is that a pepperoni there with the hat?
It might be.
And on the
Yeah, that's
right,
pepperoni. Yeah, and if you look at like the next set of photos, like you get some of the final table stuff. This was a cool shot and had Rather and
mm,
Tony and you and Jaleel and Hesk and Jad. How did you do against Jad? How did that game go?
I lost. It's
You lost.
it's a pretty common occurrence when I play this game.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. I like playing it, so I don't mind the losing.
Yeah, don't just keep playing it. Like we're going to talk about
yeah.
this in a second, but you're doing the right thing in your Miss Firefly TCG podcast. That you're going to learn while you're teaching others, and that's super beneficial for me because I don't know anything, and anybody else like me that wants to learn. And you're going to
Mhm.
get better because you're teaching people like me that don't know anything. So I'm
I hope I
excited.
get better. I'd like to better represent the Valkyries, but
Oh yeah, that's right. That's your class. You are the one of the most famous Valkyries in the
I don't.
Fluffle. Um, yeah, you are. Like,
I think Krista's probably the top dog on that one.
she might be, but yeah, you're up there. You're up there at the top
You're up there,
in the
yeah.
Valkyries. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So yeah, next picture. Let's see. Yeah, that's just more pictures of that table with Krista and I think
Yeah,
that's Mike
that
in the
rig.
background.
Yeah, that phone is
Yeah.
actually mine, and that rig is
Oh, the one
mine
she's
too.
using. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I
The
brought
one
it
that she.
to film stuff and ended up filming nothing, so we used it for to to stream on Discord.
Nice.
Thank you for doing
Yeah.
that, by the way. I would have no way of seeing that otherwise. And being able to see that live was pretty awesome. So I'm going to see it
Mhm.
live this time because I'm going to be there. But but thank you for doing that. That was really, I know it was like, it was probably dying because, I don't know how long you can stream for.
Yeah,
But
by the time I got it back, it was I think 10% and dying, but it was
It was
fun.
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
yeah,
That was great. I think we've got a few more from. That's. Oh, that.
great job with these photos, Brian.
That's
Yeah,
Creature
absolutely.
giving some instruction to Jad and you while you're playing, and Tony, and um, you got like all the other tables. Like I can see our man Luke is way back in the back and that's like lower right, or upper right, playing with Clock and others. And yeah, that
Drywall is
was just
sitting next to him.
yeah, it was so good. I think
So
there'll be
what's
some
that
other.
like? What's it like to you're on Discord, you see them online all the time, and then you're in a room with everybody. You can like pan the room and see everybody that you usually talk to. Is it overwhelming?
Yeah, kind of overwhelming. To like sit there and hear the voices and actually see the people speaking that have the voices and realize they look nothing how you imagine them looking.
Yeah, that's why we do the fan cast.
Yeah.
That's the only
it's
reason why we
also-
do the fan
No,
cast.
well, there's other reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, we're trying to give people the opportunity, like, because we know not everybody's going to be able to go to Richmond every year and going to get to meet up. So having people on the show gives them an opportunity to feel like they know the people that are already seeing in the drinking draws or playing at the tavern or doing any of the other events that we have online, or just the chatting back and forth that happens inside of Discord. So
Yeah.
I know it was helpful for me because I was like you, I had no idea what like I was like, that wasn't what I thought they would look like, like not in a bad way. It was just it was in a good. It was good. It was like, oh yeah, that's them. I know them now. So like I got introduced to them, so that was great. And I was so surprised how tall Luke was. Man, that guy is a giant. Like, what is he, like 6'9"?
I'm not laughing at Luke. It's something else I thought of. Oh my goodness. All right.
Sorry, Luke. I had to do that. You're not
Sorry,
here
Luke.
to defend yourself, So
He's a tall personality.
he is a tall
There you go.
personality. I thought he was going to be like 6+ feet tall.
That's like the kiss of death when someone says you have a good personality. But
Not good, a tall personality. His
tall.
He's a
Okay,
tall
you did save
personality.
that by tall.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. She brought it
Love
back.
you, Luke.
She brought it. Yeah, we love you, Luke. We don't know why you're not here. Please be here. No, he's
all these
he's,
flowers you can give.
all these flowers. Man, he has the best flowers too. That's the thing.
He does have good flowers. They're like, I don't know, always in bloom.
Yeah. Does anybody know who's sitting next to Jad? Who's the guy sitting next to Jad? Do you remember?
I don't know. I saw so many faces that weekend. I don't know.
I'm trying. Like, I was wondering if that was like GT or somebody like that, but I don't. Like, I didn't get introduced to that person, and I can't find like a name tag in any of the photos. So, if you know who that is sitting next to Jad, put it in the comments and tag them and tell them they were in this episode. And we love it that they were at the Richmond convention and playing the TCG. We just love to know who they were, because I have no recollection and I haven't figured that out yet. So know most of the other people.
Jad's looking at this card saying, I wish this guy had gold. This card would be so much better if it had gold, and I don't want to play it.
Yeah. He loves his gold bunnies.
He does.
All right, next photo. What do we have? Oh, there's Bill, and you have
Marissa maybe in the background,
and Harper, and
Austin,
and Tony, and I don't know,
that's
Jad.
Clapping. That's Tony's dad.
But is that Tony with the hat behind Jad over there on the left?
Yes.
He has his little,
sorry, I didn't see him behind my. Sorry.
Yeah, he's tiny behind like that, like. But yeah, I love Bill being all reflective about his cards, getting set up for his next game, and
he's serious,
real serious. I think that might be Hex behind him. because he was wearing that blue shirt. I don't know. We don't need to dissect these photos. Tag yourself if you're in these photos.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was such a fun event that
Mm.
man, it flew by too. Were you there? How many days were you there, Miss Firefly? Did you come in early? Did you stick
I
around for the
came
whole thing?
in I guess the day before opening, and then I left that Monday. So Friday through Monday, I think. Yeah.
Friday through Monday. So you had the extended stay. I I drove in and like shot for like 24 hours, like a couple things, and then I had to head back home because we had some school stuff that I had to get back for. But man, it was a
Yeah,
good
I'm doing
time.
Friday to Sunday this time, and I'm bringing my amazing wife, who has not met anybody, and she has a wallet, but she doesn't know it yet, and with a elder dragon in it. Um, so yeah, so I'm excited to see how that comes into play. So I'm excited.
Nice, nice.
New
It would be nice
Fluffle
to
member
finally meet
incoming.
you in person.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't wait to meet you and like everybody. Like I'm gonna probably spend like hours talking to everybody. So I can't wait.
that's the point. Yeah, like I mean, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Is like we get to sit around it in real life. Now you've gone to some other IRL events, right? Did you go to one of the ones in North
Uh,
Carolina?
I went to a playthrough. I think it's playthrough. Yeah.
Hmm.
How was that?
That was another. It was exhausting because helping, and I was actually, I guess, part of the behind the counter stuff. So I was actually
Hmm.
talking to people, which
Mhm.
for me is kind of stressful. But I love the Battle Bunnies, so it's kind of easy to talk about it. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that was a whirlwind because I got there, and then the next day we were had to do setup, and then after that it was the actual convention 2 days, and then it was breakdown. So
That was
yeah,
a nice setup. That they had a big booth property and they had like the little
yeah.
gaming station. And how did the games go? Did you participate in those at all?
I didn't. I left that to the professionals, Drywall and Creature. Um,
Hmm.
they they sat there both days, I think 8 hours straight, just talking
Mm.
to everybody and showing everybody how to play the game. I was more on the sales side of it, where I was, people who came for to watch the play, they would come over and talk to Frank or myself about, or Krista, she was there also,
Mhm.
about, what the game was and what the Battle Bunnies was about. So I did my best to sell them on it, hopefully.
I bet you did a great job. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you love the bunnies as much as we all love the bunnies, it's easy to talk about with friends and family. Like I told my new boss, I was like, I apologize. You know, I was like, I need to get back. I'm gotta go do a podcast. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm part of this community, and told him a little bit about the Battle Bunnies. And he's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You know, like, it's like I just need to.
Hmm.
You need to excuse myself and get back to my hotel room so I can record this evening. That's it's a priority. It's like something that like we do um, but yeah, it's
Trade shows are good. Like trade shows, you have to like I used to I've had jobs, previous jobs where I would go set up very, very large trade show booths for companies. So I would like order all the rugs that would go underneath the trade show booths, like all of that stuff, all the way down to managing the show floor with the salespeople, to like managing their calendars for dinners, and then just like and then taking I had a suit on for like 3 days, take the suit off, and then help the electricians like break down all the machines. So it's a completely different animal for like a card show or a trade show. And so like the best thing is to like have a little bit of self-care and take a step back and be like, hey, I need to go have lunch. Like, because you could work the whole day and just talk to everybody because it's so much fun, you know. So I'm sure that like when you came down there to help with that, they really appreciated that because it's like all hands on deck for
Yeah,
something
I
like
hope I
that.
was helpful. I
Well, I
tried
know
my
you
best.
were.
I try to use these events as a reason to step out of my comfort zone,
Mhm.
which is, you know, I'm a hermit. I like to stay inside and just keep to myself. So I kind of use the Battle Bunnies as an excuse to just get out there and hang out with my friends, which is something new for me. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
hopefully I was
I'm glad you're
helpful.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. Because I mean, like BBS said, like I know how hard it is to, to set up and work in booths at events
Mhm.
and meet strangers and that kind of stuff. And the fact that you're traveling from your home, spending days away from home, doing this,
Mhm.
all in support and love of the community, like that can't be expressed enough that how much we're thankful that you're doing that and showing the support and love for the community because that's just awesome. Like there's hundreds of
yeah.
us out there. Like nobody else
Mhm.
was behind that booth working with Frank at that event. That was you. So
Well,
um,
I I
thank you,
I
thank you,
tell
thank you.
I tell Kristen Frank all the time, like, and they know this. Battle bunnies saved my life, so if I can in any way help them, I'm gonna do it. Like, if they want me to drive to North Carolina every weekend, I'll be tired, but I'll do it. You know. So if it helps the Battle bunnies and it helps Frank or Krista, I'm in. So all they have to do is ask.
That is so awesome. I feel like there's a story behind there, but I'm not gonna pull on that string. So
There is. I there's a story, but I don't want to cry, so I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. We
gonna
don't want you to
leave it
cry
at
either.
that.
So
We'll
let's move
respect
on to
that
the next
then,
one,
but
BBS. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
we
gonna pull
will,
on the
yes.
string, but we know that you
If you're
definitely
anything
love
like
them.
me, like if I do something like with people, like so this, like after this, I'm gonna be like, I need a nap because I'm like a introvert extrovert. Like I can turn on the extrovert stuff, but it's like it takes so much energy from me that I'm just done. Like so,
Yeah.
um, so I like knowing that I appreciate your time with this because I think everybody's gonna love it, right? They're gonna see your name, they're gonna on Monday, and they're gonna be like, oh, I need to watch this. All right, let's go to the
Hopefully.
next one.
And
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
you won't be offended if I tell you I'm probably not gonna watch this one. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I
You
don't
won't
like
be
watching
offended.
myself, but I have to edit them.
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah,
have to look do the
I have to
questions,
edit,
so I'm like,
yeah.
oh my god, I said that about Discord. Wow, it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like,
Editing
oh no.
myself is probably the biggest headache ever because I
Uh,
cringe at everything I say and I just want to delete it all, but I just can't. So
yeah, yeah, you got to keep putting it out there.
yeah.
Um, we'll come back to this. Skip forward. Like, let's show them what we're talking
what a
about. Like, there's a
table
couple.
this is. My goodness, we have
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
we
yeah.
got our dog, Drywall, Goldman, Miss Firefly, Tony Pepperoni, and Creature. Like
And Frank, you forgot about Frank. Like,
Frank, oh yeah, Frank's in the corner. Yeah, I did not forget
Frank's
about
right, but
Frank. I
right,
just
Frank's right next to
he's
Miss
like a
Firefly.
ninja.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like a
hiding
ninja,
behind
like the
Tony.
ice cream maker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
that
This
was so tense. That match. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm clenching my fist and just like
Yeah.
anticipating, wondering what's going to happen. And it was, I think, if I remember correctly, it was very quiet. Like towards the later rounds, it got very quiet to
Mhm.
see like
Yeah, this is
who would pull
intense.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Scroll to the next one. This was one of my favorite photos, but like this photo, like you
Oh my
just said, like
goodness.
all the names and stuff like that.
Mm,
Like, look at all those people, like prominent community members in one photo. You've got our dog, Drywall, Jad, Queen
mm,
Christikins, you, Miss Firefly, Clopping, Narf, Glock. Like, for the people who don't know who Glock is the person that created the rabbit hole game inside our Discord. So And then you've got the number one hype bunny just standing there on the sideline, Disco Fur. You got the creator of
Yep.
the TCG, like, and you got like, you know, Tony Pepperoni, the guy who ultimately ends up winning this first tournament. Like, and there's a whole collection of other people. You see our dog's wife in the back there, and I apologize, I don't know her name, so I didn't put it down on here. But yeah, it's like the photos like these, like this moment will never happen again. And we had all these people from our community, like some of these OGs, all just sitting around a table, you know, playing something the community created, you know, that creature, you know, got it to the finish line, made it happen, you know, and it like you were a play tester, right? Like in the so you were part of this, Miss Firefly. Is that correct? You were part of the group that helped.
I did not. I don't think I did play test. I
You
think
didn't.
that was mainly Gamer, Old Man Gamer, and a few others.
But okay.
Because yeah, I took a while to get Steam and everything. It took me a while to get that stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to stop saying sorry.
No worries. Yeah. I actually just got that because it was on sale for, I don't know, some crazy bottom of the floor price. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's no excuse now not to get it. So I have it. It's just more of finding the time. And I know that's a weak excuse, but
Yeah.
I really want to dedicate time to this.
Yeah, I was on the testing team for the rabbit hole though. I did the testing for that one.
Okay, so you help.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, you're helping bring. That's one of my favorite things. I love the rabbit hole. You did a lot of rabbit hole hopping when it initially came out. So how many hops are you up to? You're way up there too, right?
I'm I'm kind of up there. I think I've dropped down to 4th or 5th. I don't hop as much as I used to.
What is fourth or
But
fifth?
yeah.
Where do you have to be? I'm trying to gauge like where do I sit in this whole thing? I know Mia's number one. Like
Kira, you
she's
guys are, yeah,
yeah,
Mia's number one.
she's like a million hops, you know, on her own.
People
Yeah.
can, Mia, stop hopping. You're far enough ahead.
No, keep hopping, keep hopping, keep hopping.
I'm kidding.
Keep
I'm kidding.
hopping. Keep getting those golden carrots because that's all we're earning at this point.
I wish we could have kept the hop count going for the testers, because that
Ooh,
would have been cool to see.
Ooh,
oh
yeah.
I
that, yeah.
remember Glock asked me to. He was testing the prestige, and he needed someone to get to the prestige level. So one Sunday, I sat in voice chat with Krista, and I just hopped until I reached it. And
Hmm.
I'm technically the first to prestige in the rabbit hole, but that was for
Nice.
testing.
Yeah.
Still
Well, they
For
counts.
should
testing
still,
purposes.
yeah, it still counts. Like somebody's got to get to the summit before they can send down the rope to everybody else. So you did it 1st,
Mm-hmm.
even if it
But yeah,
didn't count.
like that's
You
the stuff
know.
I'm proud of. Like nobody's really gonna know how long I spent in the rabbit hole to test it, and then they know how long I spent to play the game, but not actually to test it. And then like to spend an entire day just hanging out with Krista. We didn't really even talk. It was just, keeping each other company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's what means the most to me. Like just hanging out with Krista and Frank and Doug in chat, and not really. I don't even. They don't even expect me to talk, which I feel bad sometimes because they talk and I don't respond. Um, but I just like the company, and I like feeling a part of it,
Yeah,
even a little
big part
part
of
of
it.
it. So
You're a big part of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't discount
you're a big part of
don't discount what the contributions you're making, even if you're
it.
just
Mm-hmm.
being there. You're in the moment with them. Like you don't have to be the person doing all the talking. You know. There's no expectation. I think everybody like BBS talks about this all the time. We're all different puzzle pieces, right? And all
Mm-hmm.
that he'll do is explanation of it, but we all have different shapes and we fit into the puzzle uniquely,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what makes us kind of the bigger you know what would be a good word to describe this. um the only word I can come up with is collection, but that's not the right word. Like we're a big collection of people, but
Mm-hmm.
no, we're just we're all different. We all have different things that we can add to the community, and that's what makes it great. Is all of our uniqueness.
So
Yeah.
right.
I feel like I kind of stumbled onto the team in a way, because I guess I was hanging out in chat and Frank was like, "Hey, we're all hiding in here for today in the staff chat." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's fine. I was just gonna do something else." And they're like, "No, hop into staff chat." I was like, "I don't have the role." Like, "Okay, we'll give you the role." And that's how I ended up in staff chat. And then like Kristen needed some help with something, and that's how I ended up in different staff chat.
Doing
So
YouTubes or
yeah, I just sort of stumble my way along, trying to be helpful in any way I can. So
um, it's it's great that they recognize that you can add and help with YouTube and other stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
you do videos, right? Like that's like scroll to the next video or next. Let's talk about video a little bit that you're doing.
oh, okay. That's my
If you
face.
haven't already subscribed to
You
Miss
don't have
Firefly
to. It's not a
TG
requirement,
on
trust
YouTube,
me.
and you're watching this right now, shame on you. Get out there and subscribe to this channel right now.
Please subscribe. It's
Um,
an extension of the fan cat. Like what we're doing here is we're just bringing awareness, and we're highlighting community members. But this is another, like, highlighting the game. Like this game is so awesome,
Yeah.
and there's so many different, like, the videos in here explain, like the pirate deck. Thanks for doing that video. Like, I've watched that a few times. The Hollow Heroes collection, the anatomy of a card. Like, you look at a card, and it does, like, if you get the starter decks, you have a little book that has like some information in it. But sometimes, if you're just looking up something, right? YouTube is very like, hey, I need to learn something quickly. I need to go to YouTube. Like, and so thank goodness you have this, because then someone
Yeah.
can stumble across this and go, oh, now I can learn the anatomy of a card because it's on YouTube, and that's my preferred media that I like to look at.
Well, the
So
whole
yeah,
reason behind this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, so I think you say, like, oh, my face, but it's more than that. It's you've taken the time to be thoughtful and think about how someone is, like, journeying through to find the Siler Chronicles, like this game. And it's one gap that we had, and now it's no longer a gap.
Yeah. Well, the reason behind this is I know that Krista and Frank would have let me do videos for the main YouTube channel, but I don't feel like I should be the official voice for the TCG, because, I admit it myself, I'm not an expert on the game. I don't know as much as I should about the game. So and I wanted a way to get the word out there. So I was like, I'll just create a separate channel that even if I'm wrong, I can still correct it and it won't be official on the official
Yeah, I get that.
we
channel.
get that a lot.
We're
We
wrong
get
all
that a
the
lot
time.
here on the Fancast. Like we say a lot of
We
unofficial
mean
stuff
well, though.
here every week.
Yeah.
So
We're
yeah,
trying.
hopefully,
Yeah,
like,
we're trying.
yeah,
We are trying.
because I
Yeah.
feel like for the official channel to talk about the
Mm.
TCG, it needs to be someone who helped build the game or built the game, preferably like Creature or
Old man
Old Man
gamer.
Gamer or
Mm-hmm.
Drywall Guy. Uh, perfect candidates to sit down and explain the game, or even Tony.
Yeah, Tony first champ. Like those.
Second
Yeah,
champ.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First and
all
second.
four are perfect candidates to be on be the official word of the TCG. Whereas me, I'm just like, hey, I'm over here. I can kind of maybe explain something. If you want to know more, go over there and they'll explain it better than I can. But
Oh,
this is kind of
that's
like
great.
just to get people interested.
Yeah, and we love it that you're doing that, because like, you don't have to be at a level 10 to teach somebody that's at level 1. You just have to be at
Mm-hmm.
level 2. You have to be, just
I
one
am
level
definitely
above
level
the
2.
people behind you. Well,
We
I
good
wasn't
company. We're
saying
all
that.
level 2s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I'm level 0, so
Mm.
like, Like, I don't know if there's a level below 0, like, but that's where I'm at with the TCG. I didn't play
Yeah, I
Magic.
love the
didn't play
cards, but I'm not
Pokemon.
good at it. Like,
Yeah, but you're playing, like, and I haven't even started playing yet. Like, I haven't got this team. Um, I haven't tried to play with my brother-in-laws yet because just life, that kind of thing. So that, and I'm the collector, and I'm like, if I break open the packaging, then I've broken open
yeah,
a deck, and I have to, I've got to get the
Yeah.
I
sleeves.
got to
I've
get
got
the
to
other
do all
ones.
that
These are
stuff.
like the first edition. Like, I don't feel right playing these, but I do have a sealed box, so I'm
I
happy
have
with that.
I have 3 starter boxes.
Smart.
So that just shows you I have one that I'm never going to open,
Mm,
one that I opened and I plan to play with, and then one that I opened and I plan to get them graded. So
Very
those are
smart.
my 3 starter boxes.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's who did we? Was it you that was talking about the grading BBS? Like, or was that
yeah,
somebody else?
there might be something in the future where I think it's a connection with either Frank or Krista that they know of some grading company that will grade the cards, which look, I've seen some of the cards from this company look amazing. So I'm already thinking about a case. Like, I have a case of baseball cards. Like, I collect um, baseball cards from 1910 to 1955 ish, and so I have a case of those. Um, and then I'm going to put another case of the Battle Bunny stuff next to it. So I'm excited about that. I love trading cards, and so this, like, the Ghost Bunnies and the Light Dragons, and then the TCG cards and the Hero cards are awesome. It's bringing those two worlds together for me. Um, so I'm super excited about that. So, and then I have like the autographs too. So I want to get autographs on the other one. So I'm hoping that, like, I can get autographs on my cards. Which would be
Just
kind of
like
cool.
Miss Firefly did, because if you watch
Yeah.
one of her videos, you'll see where she shows some of her holo cards that have the signatures, and
Mm-hmm. So smart.
that's those are going to be you know not financial advice, but those are collector's items for you alone, right? Like,
Mm.
Yeah.
just having somebody sign something. I mean, that created it, helped create it. Like, that's that means something to you, whether it means something to somebody else. It means something to you. So
Yeah. I
that's
even said
great
in
that
the
you both want
video,
to do that.
I do plan on getting like duplicates of all the Hollow Heroes, like one signed and then one pristine. So that's just for my collector's mind. I
Yeah,
want one that means something to me and then another that's kept in mint condition.
yeah. I've seen like other like projects, like V Friends has like cards that they do, and they've been getting them graded, and people are
Mm-hmm.
in his community. It looks like they're trying to make it like something that's actively traded, because people have like eBay stores and all that stuff. And I don't know, is that something that you hope that we grow into, Miss Firefly, or do you like the way things you know are kind of just slowly growing right now?
For a collector like me, I hope it gets enormous. Like I'm a Pokemon collector from the very
uh,
beginning.
oh wow,
Um
okay.
so if it could
This is
get
my
to that
favorite
level,
conversation. I'm just going to say that. Talking about cards, I love this.
if it could get to
Okay,
that
sorry to cut you
level,
off.
and I think it will, then I will be very happy.
Yeah,
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
Not for my wallet and not for the amount of
right.
booster packs I have to buy to get the complete set, but I will be very happy to have been a part of that.
Nice. Yeah,
And no
no,
one's
that's
selling, so it could happen, right? As soon as we get something, it stays, right?
Yeah.
So, which
that's
is
Yeah,
the
it would
hardest
pretty
part
be
about our
unique and
community.
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the starter boxes I feel are going to be the most rare because people buying them now are collectors like me, like BBS, like you, Brian. We're collectors. We don't want to get rid of them. We're not going to get rid of them. So
Mhm.
getting a starter box, a first edition starter box, is going to be nearly impossible. Um, but the more popular it gets, the more you're going to get flippers or things like that. And that's good for the economy as far as the TCG collection side, because it increases the price of certain cards. But yeah, for collectors, we're not letting things go.
Yeah. Sounds like something you have for one of your future episodes to talk about. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yes.
Because we need that. I mean, we need that like as a collector too. Like I was telling John this a long time ago. It's great that our mints sell out in a few minutes, but if they sell out in a few minutes and others can't ever get what was sold in those mints, like it's going to drive some types of collectors away because they want volume and velocity, and they want to kind of move through stuff and like buy and sell and that kind of thing. But I have mixed feelings because I want to collect a little bit longer before we get those people into the community. But at the same time, I
Yeah.
want people to enjoy the community because the art is just so great.
Yeah.
And
I
speaking of,
unfortunately, yep. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm unfortunately not part of that sellers group. I don't think I've ever sold. I've given away and traded to people I trust. Like I've given Battle Bunnies to like Lord L when he needed something. To Doug, he sent me his mained Ridgeback, his Scyther mained Ridgeback. Out of the blue, he just sent it to me.
Oh,
And that one meant a lot to me. And he knew that. So, and he didn't expect anything in return. But I sent him my Scyther. It was the one that he has tattooed on his thigh. It was that breed that I got. So I sent that to him, as well as my pirate egg unhatchable, because that's just how much it meant to me. So I will do things like that if it means like a lot to me and to the person, but I don't think I will ever sell.
no, that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, that's awesome.
that was so good. Well, speaking of that, scroll one more, or let's see. This
Oh,
is just for everybody. I love your setup before we talk about the art and
thank you.
get to that main ridgeback, because you're using two cameras here. You've got like you've got the face cam for the reaction, and then you've got the hand cam to show the piece, and then you've also got other areas on here like where you're
Yeah.
talking about the stuff and you're explaining things. And as a producer that puts this stuff together, I know how hard it is to get all these things to work and get them to work, and look like this.
Yeah.
So bravo to you that you're getting started with this and you're doing it the right way up front. So
Thank you.
this is awesome.
Yeah, the face cam is just my phone, and then the overhead is the GoPro, which I'm talking to right now.
Nice.
So
And then are you using images like in the upper right for like the cards? Or are you just using stock like images for that, or did you take photos of your cards?
no, I'm using images that I have saved. Yeah.
Cool. No, that's great.
I'm lucky enough to have access to some of the Battle
The
Bunnies
files and stuff.
images.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I did some of that
and
too. So I know there's a whole like the team has access to that stuff, and Krista's given me access
yeah.
for some stuff.
Another thing I just sort of stumbled into is
Yeah,
the Google
yeah.
Drive. Yeah.
I have a backgrounds
Yeah.
folder I just glare at. Anyway. I was like, ooh, a backgrounds folder. Okay.
Nice.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, this is
Well,
great. It's a great
of the
setup.
rabbit hole, yeah, speaking of the rabbit hole, go to the next slide. This is your collection. This is the rabbit hole I go down, like looking at like this is Eileen. This is right. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Eileen? She's she's a legendary from the Mystic Myr, and I forget what breed she is, but she's gorgeous.
I don't know. I'm so bad at
there are people
stuff
screaming
like
at
that.
phone right now.
Like I know the maned Ridgeback because I named that one.
Right.
And
Oh,
I know
you helped name that
I'm
breed?
yeah,
shamelessly looking it up.
I was doing my creeping thing in the chat while Frank was drawing it, and he's like, "I need a name." I was like, "Well, you can do this one." So he's like, "Yeah, okay." I'm like, okay.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, no.
Because I have a egg hoarder with this breed.
You have an egg hoarder this breed?
Ground stomper.
Oh, that is the ground stomper. Okay, so yeah. I like the new one in the Dark Dragons is too. This one's cute. The ground stomper in the Dark Dragons is not as cute.
Same color almost, like different
Yeah.
eyes, but
Cool. But you have some awesome light dragon eggs. When I was creating the game, a walk around Kanengard, a lot of these are in the game because they're not just the the ground stomper. This is the legendary one. It has the background that matches the egg, that matches the breed, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I have some
did you
pretty
mint
good.
those, or did you trade?
In the frenzy to get all 13, I traded a lot, so I didn't bother keeping track of the ones I minted or the ones that I traded. Mainly because I didn't want to see if I traded away a mythic, so I was just like, I'm not gonna look. I have yet to get a mythic, so I've been really lucky with the legendaries, though. I will say that.
You have, yeah.
But the
You're gonna get
mythics,
your mythic.
well,
You'll get it.
Yep.
Those
You and me
those
both.
are hard to come by, and if you buy them in the secondary, they are priced appropriately.
Yeah.
Now, what about mythic background? Do you have a mythic, like, because there's mythic backgrounds. It's not a
If
like
you
I have a signed fortress for
I
one of
have
my
a few signed. I have quite a few signed, yeah.
And
But
maybe we'll see one. Scroll to the next one. But what do we have next?
those are fun, right? It's digital, but I always get excited and say, "There's a signature," and then when there's one that Krista's got a signature on.
oh, I think I know this
I
one.
think it's
This is Penardun, I think it is. Did I get that right? No.
Again,
Yeah,
I don't have my notes in front of me.
I
I
have
think
too
this
many.
you do have a lot, but this is another
Untouchables.
legendary. Yeah. So if you want to know the name of this and you're curious and you're in the community watching this, you can definitely go out to the collection because yours are all named. They have backstories, like they're getting changed on the on so that you can see their names on OpenSea. So I thought this name started with something Angor or something. I don't remember. Like, I wish I had the deck in front of me. So everybody knows my computer's not working. I can't get it here at the hotel to log in so I can actually look at this stuff. But you can look in OpenSea. But again, this is a legendary White
Yeah,
Dragon.
it's Angor. I have it pulled up
Is it
now. It's
Angor?
Angor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my brain works. My brain works.
Yeah. A lot of the names, unless it means something to me, I pulled from my favorite characters from books because I read a lot. So a lot of the names. I'm sorry?
I was just gonna say, what kind of books you science fiction, fantasy,
Romance and anything under that umbrella. So it can be sci-fi, it could be, anything like that, or historical or whatever, but mainly romance because I like happy endings.
Yeah, don't we
I can't
all?
stand if a book ends on a cliffhanger, so
Yeah. No, that's good. What else we got in the collection? BBS. Next up.
Sorry,
I'm
on secondary. I'm just like rabbit hole. Sorry. Woo. GT put up some stuff, and I'm looking at that for a second. Okay. All right.
This is one of the. I
Back
think this
to reality.
One is one of This is one of your one of four. There's only like 4 of legendaries, and this pirate.
that one is
Um,
definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, this one is so gorgeous. I think this is Caswin,
Yes.
if I remember correctly. Does that have a story behind the name?
No, I just thought
No.
she was beautiful, so I gave her what I think is a beautiful name. So that's it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. How about the next
He's
one?
good with every
BDS?
shade of green. Like every shade of green that I
Yeah,
see from Frank is like top
Yeah.
notch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
green is my favorite color, so
Oh wow, even
it
better.
definitely knocks it out of the park.
Mm. Okay, let's go to the next one.
All right.
Ooh.
This is another pirate egg, and I'm drawing a blank on the name of this one. It's a Griffox.
Yeah, I could look it up. Let me see. I have them all in a folder by name, so it makes it easy for me to search. This one's Haifa.
Haifa. That's right. I remember that one. Haifa.
Do you have a favorite backstory to a battle bunny? Like one that you just like
My ultimate hero.
Mm.
She's named
Jessie Rose.
after my grandma. Yeah, Jessie Rose. Yeah,
nice.
and
I think
writing.
she's going to
Yeah,
be in this collection if we want to. Let's see. We could scroll to that one, or aw, another beautiful, legendary Viking egg. And the name of that one is.
Oops.
Oh, I know
that's
this one. This one's.
that's Talon.
Yes, it is.
Long
And
feathered
then-
who?
The
Yeah.
next one. Show the next one because you have twins. There's
sister
only
is
4 of these,
Talon.
and you have
Oh
2
my
of 4.
goodness.
It's
She has
Talon
Talon and
Talon.
Talwyn.
Yeah.
Now, is there a story behind
I intentionally named them because when I found out they were like twins, I was like, it has to be their name. So
yeah, one's a boy and
And-
one's a girl.
Beautiful.
BBS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
it's-
beautiful. Beautiful and handsome. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. I think you also have some other twins. We'll get here to it in a second. But I wanted to get to this one because this is the one you were talking about. That
Yeah.
that
I
Doug
was
sent.
at work and Doug said, check your wallet. And I was like, okay. So I checked and I found this.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful.
And the thing that's special about this is it's a Scyther egg
Mhm.
and it's a legendary. So it's a maned Ridgeback, which is at Imaginic Falls. You have the coolest background. So cool that we use it here in the Fancast.
Yeah.
Because there's very limited number of those backgrounds. And like to have all the combination of Scyther egg, legendary, like this color palette, the
color
background,
palette,
like everything is just like gorgeous.
The high, like the glow, like oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the night before we were joking that, Doug got my favorite and then I got his favorite for the Scyther egg. And then the next day he sent this to me. So
Nice.
yeah.
Oh.
I was like, you can't make me cry. I'm at work. And he's like, I'm sorry.
What a good guy.
Yeah.
He's such a good guy.
He's why I play the Pirates in TCG.
Oh, nice.
Is for the Doug card, yeah.
Oh, I love the Doug card.
I don't think he knows
goodness.
that. But yeah, he's the reason
We
I
could do a whole fan cast on the Doug card. It's so much fun. There can be no cards left.
Yeah, you either love it or you hate it. And most people who hate it are playing for the Vikings, so.
Yeah, that would be me. I'm a Viking, so I would be losing to Doug.
Love that card.
All right, keep scrolling, BBS. I think we've got some other gold. There's your
now this is the one that both autographs are on this one.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the only Valkyrie egg. I think this is a Valkyrie egg, or no, it's not. It's
this is a Viking. This is a Viking egg.
Yeah, there we go.
Imaginic Falls. Yep.
And then I got lucky enough to get 2 unhatchables, so I sent Doug my pirate one.
Nice. That is so nice. Yep. Love these.
But yeah, like I said, the Ridgeback means a lot to me, so I felt like I just sent him what I felt it deserves. Yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super nice.
All right, Euligans. Now
It's like
you
so.
were
There's only
talking about earlier about the
36 or
trading.
7 of these.
Yeah,
36 or
Sorry?
it's one of
37.
yeah, and this is actually legendary. So this
Oh yeah,
is
this is definitely
limited plus
legendary.
legendary, and it's But you were
Mm.
talking about earlier how you were trading like the 13 to get to the were you trading Euligans at that time when you were doing that, or trading
No, I was
eggs?
trading for the eggs because if you
Okay.
collected all the eggs, you got I believe it was a canvas of your choosing.
Oh,
It's on my wall up there.
do you have it?
The main Ridgeback is what I got for the canvas. If you
Oh,
collected
sweet.
all 13 eggs, I think it was. Um, but for the uh for the
For the
Euligans,
for the
there we go.
Eulig,
For the Euligans, I didn't trade it all, I don't think.
you didn't have to.
I
You just
pretty much
minted.
minted all of it except for the egg hoarder, and that one I bought when it randomly went on sale for a very good price. So I was like, I gotta have it. So
So
that's how
scroll
I
to the
got.
next. Yeah, scroll to
Is
the
this
next photo, BBS.
you? Yeah, there's one that you recently got. It's going to be coming up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You have
You got on
two egg
secondary.
hoarders. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, then maybe it wasn't. It was one of the hoarders. I know that was almost impossible to get because nobody was selling it. Um,
It
and
might have
then
been
it
the
went on
candy
sale.
cane, the with the sausage liquor.
No, it's
Brian, what's the other one that you had?
the lollipop liquor is the
Oh,
rarest
okay.
of the Euligans. It's not a mythic.
It was the
Or the
gift
gift
hoarder.
or
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the
Scroll to the
last one I
next one.
needed.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody was selling the gift hoarders. So if you scroll to
Yeah.
the next page, I think that's
Oh,
Yep.
what that's the one that you probably
That I saw that go up
picked
for
up.
sale and I snapped that up immediately. I was scrambling.
You're
wow.
like, oh, I hope nobody else sees this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Because
Yeah,
that
because
happened
some
to me
people just don't
before.
know what they get. Yeah, they don't know what
Yeah.
they get, and they're like, oh, I don't like this, or I don't need this, and they put it up, and you're like, yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yeah.
Because what this gives you is the next slide. If you scroll to the next slide, the molten
Oh,
egg. Like, I don't know about you, but when I saw this for the first time, I was like, man, this is fantastic. Like, just the coloring and like the dragon inside the egg that you can see. And like, I never wanted to have a gift hoarder more than than I did when I saw this egg. I was like,
I think
I
we're one
started looking
away
at the
too,
list.
Brian. Like,
I was like, who
Yeah.
has it?
You
Who
got
has one?
this if you collected all the types of Euligans. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely
Yeah,
wanted this one.
mm.
yeah. And you
Well,
deserve it. This one's great.
congratulations. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank
congrats.
you.
Because that's one of the things. Like when BB and S, his new name,
I have many names.
when BBS and I were like thinking the same thing. Like, how do we get somebody to give us the gift order? We went to look at the list of the 10 people that have these
So,
and
like,
have the
no.
gift orders, and they're all like just like the best community members. Like,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah, there's
randos
no.
or anything like that somebody just accidentally got a gift hoarder and they're holding on to it and they don't have any of the other stuff. Like it's like so we're glad that they're true collectors. They're good
Hmm.
community members, that kind of thing. That all have that collection of 13, and
Yeah.
so that's awesome that you get that, and then you got the gift, and this was definitely a gift for
Hmm.
being a holder of that. And
Oh,
this
I
is one
just
of your
got that
recent
one.
pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of your recent pickups. It doesn't have a name yet.
So
Is it
good.
going to get a
No,
name
not
and a
yet.
backstory?
He's gonna get a name. The backstory is definitely gonna come. Yeah.
Yeah.
I plan on having stories for all my Valkyries. I mean, for all my bunnies and all my dragons. So it's just slow
Okay.
going
Good.
sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
I
pickup
definitely
this
wished
was.
I.
Oh,
Yeah, I would definitely wished I could have picked it up.
Yeah,
Like,
this
I
is one of
mean,
the ones. Yeah, I don't have a holy hand grenade, so I wanted it.
yeah,
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I gotta have it. And I was praying
yeah,
the whole time that somebody didn't see it. So
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. I was just out of ETH.
So was I. I had to go
We're
to my
all like,
car.
it's coming down lower. Come to me.
Yeah.
Like, why is ETH at $3,700 today? Like, why did it go from a few weeks ago down at
Silly,
2,900 to 3,700? Like it's running away from me. But it just
Yeah,
that stuff.
I was for this one. I was scrambling to get like my credit card approved to buy on OpenSea, because I didn't have any ETH whatsoever. So it took forever, but I finally got it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy that it's with you too. Like it needed a good home.
Thank you.
Lord L wanted this one too, so I think we all, are glad that you got it, because we all think it's a great pickup for an awesome collector. So, well, let's talk about some legendary bunnies that you have. He's not legendary; he's just awesome with what he's got. This is what you were talking about before. This is your
my
ultimate
goodness.
hero.
That's
And
Jesse
this
Rose.
is the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story behind Jesse? And you said your grandma, like anything without making you cry, or like I don't want to pull on the string, like
thanks, Brian.
Jesse Rose, grandma. And then I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
As soon as I heard about Ultimate Heroes, I was like, I have to, because she was my ultimate hero. So I was like, I have to name it after her and model it after her, and her story has to fit who she was, and it does. I hope so. Yeah, I feel it does.
Yeah. And you, any significance in the full out gold, and I can imagine what the halo might be, but
yeah, you have it right. The halo, yeah. The gold is just she loved to wear jewelry, so gold jewelry. Not like gaudy or anything, but just, and
like to adorn yourself with a little bit of bling bling.
Yeah.
It's very fitting. It's very it's powerful, but yet it's soft.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And
it's awesome.
Jad will always want it.
Jad didn't even think about it.
Yeah, this one's not going anywhere forever.
Jad.
But yeah, I wanted her to
Love
be
you, Jad.
a little scarred, because she didn't have the easiest life, but she fought through it though.
This is one of the Ravens. I think this is Kyran. Kyrian. Cryan? Is this Cryan?
Kieran?
Is it Kieran? Is this from a book or
yeah, it's from one of my favorite authors' books. My bunnies are mostly named after certain characters in one of my author's books. The dragons are from another of my favorite authors. I'm not very original, so.
No worries there.
Lots of names, you just name them what you like. If you like those.
I love the Raven attributes, like the so in my name or in my Discord name, Blackbird Spider, the Blackbird is Raven. And I see that and I love it. The really good taste.
And you have one still to name. The next one is I think is a female, but you haven't named that. Is it a Valkyrie? She's got the wings, but I don't know if it's the pirate.
Could be a Viking with
a. Yeah, I thought it was a Viking with the pirate wings.
The bat wings, maybe.
Bat wings. You're right. What was I saying?
This one is Annabelle.
This one's Annabelle. Okay.
Yeah. That one is actually named from one of my favorite poems, the Annabelle Lee by I forget who the Edgar Allan Poe, I think it is, and I love that poem. So I named her Annabelle.
And that's fitting since he wrote the Raven.
I just have weird little stories for some of these names.
Fitting,
Sorry.
yeah.
that's very
Yeah,
cool.
I mean that's
Love the way they tie together.
mhm.
Next, and this is
I think that's Nikurian.
Nikirin. Nikirin, there you
Nikurian,
go. Yeah. If you watched any of these shows, you know I have trouble pronouncing things.
It's okay.
It's okay. Legendary, I'm assuming.
Yes, these are all legendary. She has a great collection. If you want to go check it out, you can find it on Discord.
I
But I just
probably
pulled
will.
in the legendaries because they're
Yeah, I've
just
been
like,
very lucky with the legendaries.
well, you've been a collector
Oh,
from the
that's
beginning.
Skylar.
This is your
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
Skylar from the next, yeah,
Yeah, some of these I
or
can
not
name off the
next.
top of my head because they're my favorites.
Mm.
But yeah, that's Skylar.
Yeah, so you said you like green. This is
Mm-hmm.
perfect, like highlights.
I'm still here. I just have to plug
Yeah,
my phone
her
in because I'm
and
running out of battery.
her and Nikurian are part of the Senseless Six, a story I started
Ooh.
writing at the
Ooh, I
beginning
like
of
it.
the Battle Bunnies. I never finished it though, so I should probably get on that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
reminded
very
me, you
cool.
did a video, and I don't know if we probably don't have it in the deck, but you did make a video of, um, I think, when was it, last year, maybe? Do you know the one I'm talking about? It's like an animated, not animated, but it's like maybe something that you ran through AI a little bit, and it's like 2 or 3 minutes long. It's about the Battle Bunnies. It's a story about, I'm not sure, but
Oh, yeah, the story of Miss
Oh,
Firefly.
wow.
the story of
Yes.
MsFirefly. Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. And it was so good.
thank you.
We have to find a way to share that.
Yeah, the voice is AI generated, yeah. But the editing and all that stuff is me.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
have to
that's
find a way to
awesome.
get a link
Yeah, if
of
I can
that.
find the link to that from Discord or do you have it on a YouTube channel that's
Yeah, it's just Miss Firefly, that's the name of the channel.
okay,
Okay.
I'll find
Yeah.
it and I'll add it to the show notes.
We will
For
find
anybody
it.
that wants to watch it. Yeah, it'll be in the show notes.
Yeah. You're under no obligation to watch it. I mean, but
You must watch it and
I
you
had
must
fun.
Definitely
all
should
make
watch it.
comments about it.
We're gonna put
Yeah.
like watch this now.
We're
No.
gonna promote for you. Like I know you don't want to promote for yourself, but we're gonna promote for you because we care about you and we care about the stuff you're working on because we know how much it means when people comment and like our stuff. So we're
Hmm.
gonna promote for you too.
Yeah, and
We
it
want
comes from
you
the
to
heart.
know
Like
from
you're not doing this
we're,
to get anything out of it. We know that feeling. Like we're not doing this for anything more than to help everybody just learn a little bit more and
Yeah.
grow and feel more connected. Like so we all see each other in Richmond. Like there's going to be a video on each of us. So um, it's gonna just be awesome. It's gonna be like another way to like, I don't know, learn more about people because you don't have that much time. Um, so like we're getting to spend like an hour with you, Miss Firefly. It's awesome, right? Like you may not think like, hey, this is awesome, but it's just gonna mean so much to so many people that we like look through your collection. Um,
That's
ooh,
me.
that's Miss
that's you.
Firefly.
That's Firefly.
Yep. That
Yeah.
was another adventure. Frank had been wanting to sit down for ages to do this, but we just never got around to it. And then one day he's like, "You're here. I'm here. Let's do this." So we sat down, and she actually looked very different in the beginning. And then I was having a tough time just coming up with what I wanted her to look like. And then he just started asking me questions, and it got pretty serious and pretty deep. And then we came up with this. So it's it's not just me. This is actually like a collaboration, I guess you could say, between me, Frank, and Krista, who eventually joined us. And yeah, got kind of emotional sometimes and kind of, stuff like that. But they really brought this to life. And I guess it's fitting since, they mean so much to me. And to have them do this with me is just, icing on the cake, I guess. So yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
She's awesome and you're awesome. So,
Mhm.
like, that's the collaboration, like getting that to life, like BBS and I can hope that one day, like, we'll have that opportunity to sit down. If we don't, like, we're just glad that, like, you got to do that. You got to create this character. This character's,
Mhm.
in the book. Like, you're you got brought to life, and that's awesome. So,
Yeah, just another thing I kind of just stumbled into. Krista's like, "Hey, you're on the team now. You kind of need a picture." I was like, "Okay." So that's how this came about.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love all the little details, like down to like the hands. It's great.
Yeah.
grades, all that, like the coloration, like, yeah, it's just all.
Is it the most guessed? Like when we play the game with others,
Everybody gets it right. Yeah, everybody gets this
yeah,
one right.
everybody's like, "Oh, that's Miss Firefly." Yeah, so you're doing something right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're bringing notoriety to who Miss Firefly is in the collection. Through people seeing you, seeing the work you're doing, like knowing you're part of the team, playing the games on our silly shows sometimes and stuff like that. So it's we're doing we're doing what we wanted to do. Like, you want to elevate the TCG and the community. We want to elevate, people inside the community like you,
Mhm.
so that, all the other stuff, gets, people get to learn about the books, the TCG, the digital collectibles, the merch, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, would you wear a Miss Firefly, uh, um, like sweatshirt or hoodie or something like that? Like, I've seen the DPS group; they've been doing a bunch of that stuff. Like, would you get? I know you probably have like a team shirt that has.
Yeah, I'm
But
kind of wearing it right now. I guess you could.
oh, you got your team
Yeah.
shirt on.
On
Oh,
the back
nice.
is my card, I guess you could call it. My
Okay,
team
so it does
card,
have Miss Firefly on
Mhm.
it. Yeah.
and I wear it all the time. If I'm not at work in uniform, I'm most likely wearing this shirt.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah, BBS has his Grace O Murphy.
Yeah, I like to see Brian stumble on this.
yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I always
it's
want to say
Murphy.
O'Malley. I always want to say
So-
O'Malley, and I know that
So
that's an insult.
my bunny is named. So I listened to you naming your so for Rose, and then so my battle bunny is Grace O'Murphy, and Murphy is my grandmother's maiden name, and she's like the matriarch of the family. This is her card here.
And did everybody
And,
catch his almost Boston accent when he said matriarch?
She's
the matriarch. She's the matriarch
Yeah, I've spent
of our family.
years talking slower so that no one can pick up on
tell.
that. Because if I talk really
Tell her
fast,
that you're from the
then it's
Northeast.
really bad. So anyway, so O'Murphy and Irish background, matriarch, as Luke would say with his accent, and just knows everybody's birthday. So has been to every birth, knows everybody everything. So literally has this like Rolodex in her head, and it's pretty powerful. So I told her, I said, "Hey, I named a card after you, or I named a piece of art after you," and she was like, "Oh, really, honey? That's great." Just okay. Like, I'm so fortunate and blessed to have her still with me. She's 93, and she's just awesome. Still goes out and like dances and has like brings her own wine in a bag. Like, she'll bring her bag, and then she'll say they don't have what I need, and she'll take out this little tiny bottle of wine, and she'll just start. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, just like,
yeah,
I have
That's what
wine to
she
go.
likes.
I don't need to be bothered with being disappointed. So
my grandma's
okay.
thing was taking things that she found interesting. Like if we went out to eat, and she was like, "Oh, I like this glass," she'd just sort of stick it in someone's purse, like wrapped in napkins. And it's like, okay,
Oh, I
well,
like her.
yeah, we've got salt shakers, we've got margarita glasses, everything that she like. We have a Chili's shaker for some reason that just showed up. So yeah.
Great
Way
memories.
to go, Grandma. Way to go, Grandma.
So I have to ask, and I don't want to go into any assumptions, but your name, your Discord name, is that from the TV show?
Yes,
Okay.
that is from the TV show. That originally came about when I started playing Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know the game.
I do. I
But
have it.
yeah,
I loaded it like the first 3 days it came out,
yeah,
and now it's like someone will mention it. I'm like, oh, let me look, and I have still everything
yeah.
activated and whatever.
I
But yeah.
was when it came out, I was like, I'm too old for this. I don't need to be playing this,
Mm-hmm.
even though I still collected the cards. But then my nephew and my cousin, who were teenagers at the time, they were like super into it, and they're like, you need to play it because we need somebody to drive us around.
Yeah, that's what.
And
Yeah,
so I
I'm
started
that guy
playing
for
it.
my kids.
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
So I started playing it, and when they asked me for a name, I was like, you know what? I'm too old to be playing this. You're gonna be respectful to me, so it's Miss Firefly. So
That's awesome.
and yeah, so that's how it came about.
Interesting.
And 8 years later, I'm still playing the game, but they're not. So
Yeah, it's a good game that you can pick up and play for a little bit, and then just do whatever. Right? It's
yeah,
gonna still be there. Yeah.
but yeah,
My kids
that's
are
been
still
my
playing it.
my gamer name, I guess you could call it,
Mm-hmm.
since 2016. So
Yep. I've been Blackbird Spider for because I like it because it's never taken. I can just put that in there. And then, like I mentioned, I mentioned I don't know if I mentioned this on a fan cast before, but I used to LARP, live action role
role
play.
play, yeah,
Yep. So
Mhm.
my character's name was Ivan, and that's the Spartan. I named my Spartan after him, and he likes spiders, and he also was part of like a raven tribe, which just sounds so geeky now that I say it when I'm older. But so the blackbird is the raven, and then the spider is the spider. But then I just started to like I draw a little bit, and I'm a little bit artistic, so I do a lot of like spider related things, and like that's my accent. Like I'll add a spider to something. Um, which a couple of other artists do that, and I'm not an artist, but um, yeah, so it's
Don't sell your
Discord
show
name,
short, man.
gamer tag. We got Brian Stout in the house. Brian always says, "Hey, I'm just Brian Stout," but there's no other Brian Stouts,
yeah,
right?
There was one other
Marshall
Brian
Stout.
Stout in my high school. Like,
How is that
like the,
happening?
it was Brian
Do you
Phillips
just go up
Stout.
to him and
Like,
say no?
no, he was a freshman when I was a senior, and the kid got in trouble all the time. So
Oh my goodness.
like Brian Stout in the Midwest is like being named Joe Smith. It's like
Mm-hmm.
very very common, or John Smith, I guess would be more common potentially. But yeah, there's like I go to
Yeah, this
conferences and
makes
there'll
sense.
be two people with the same name, like because it's just seems to be a common name, but
Huh. Well,
there's
you're
no
not
other
common around
Brian
these
Stout like
parts,
me. Yeah, like I'm an original.
right?
Um, so
That's
yeah.
why I
I
don't believe
always
it.
try to pay tribute, I guess, to Firefly and Serenity the movie. It's just one of my favorites. Not my top favorite, but it's just always been one of my favorites. So, and it's yeah, I love it. So I try to just work it in there every chance I get. If
Mm.
it's not Firefly, then it's Serenity or having to do with something Serenity or whatever.
I
Oh, with
think
the
we're
green.
almost
Now, see,
done.
I'm getting
Yeah,
colors like so. Everybody has like a favorite
she loves
color,
green.
and
Yeah,
so yeah,
Yeah,
green. Jack likes gold. Who else likes green? Doesn't
Dave or
uh
Frost.
Dave likes green and Steve?
somebody else said they liked green. Oh, was it Stefan?
Yeah, Stefan. Steven.
Even.
He likes green too. Very
All right, you
nice. I
ready
like
to
the
roll
little
back
soul
into it?
patch. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Bloop. Whoa.
Yeah. That one is either Davin or Draken. I can't remember which
oh, so
one.
you've named your
Mm.
Spartans too? Oh,
Oh yeah,
sweet.
the one before that was Cadmus, and then this one
Ah.
is the one after that is it's Davin, and then I have another one which is Draken.
I love the color in that.
Yeah, so do I.
If you scroll to
It's
the
got a
next
little
one,
bit of
I think the
everything,
third one's
gold
that.
and yeah.
That's the gold
Oh,
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
goodness.
that's Draken.
yeah. That one I
nice
actually
color.
I sent Frank my idea for his story, his backstory, early in the beginning before anyone knew about dragons and stuff like that. And I sent him my story, which has to do with like, you know, him being found by dragons and being raised by dragons and stuff like that. And his unseeing eye was like a dragon eye that could see the dragons and stuff like that.
That's
And
awesome.
then I sent him a private like in his ticket, in my ticket, I sent him the story, and he's like, "Hey, maybe don't post that yet." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay,"
Nice.
but I had no idea because I'm not observant like Doug, so I was completely clueless about the dragons. But then when the dragons finally came, I was like, "Oh, that's why." I probably should have hold off on that.
Yeah. Wow.
But
It's
yeah,
still a cool story for him, yeah.
yep.
Oh,
This is a DPS
That's
custom, right?
right behind me, right there.
Yeah, I
mhm.
saw her in your videos.
Yeah, I have to thank you. You
Firefly
you
TCG.
minted another Joker that uh, I regifted, which I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't
You
mind.
gifted me it was a pup, like a dog,
Mhm.
because you minted this and another one, and I reached out and I said, hey, because there's a window. We talked about the window. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
before you get attached, would you want to trade this? And then you offered to give it to me for mid price, which I was blown away with, like so generous. And then you also helped with the spider collection that I was trying to build, the impossible dream is what I'm calling it now because it probably never happen again. But I just so thankful that you helped me do that.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
I wanted to say thank you again, and then
Absolutely.
um, Rather got into that collection where that artist, like for the pup,
Mhm.
he's like so into that project, and so one day I just said to him, hey, do you have what's your Polygon wallet address? And he gave it to me, and I sent him that, like without, I just said, hey, check your wallet. And he was like, oh my goodness, because it's a one of one from that artist, like so much like what we're looking at right now. This is a one of one from Krista,
Yeah.
where she hand painted this, and then it was turned into an NFT, which is, amazing.
Well,
Yes,
I would have sent you that other Joker for nothing, but just because, you know, you're you and you're part of the Battle Bunnies. So, you know, if you wanted it, I would have given it to you because
I think
I
I
wasn't
offer. Yeah,
part
I
of the
said, hey man,
project.
yeah.
Yeah, you offered, and I was like, you know what? I want to mint more because I had a feeling of where Frank's Joker was, and I wanted to mint
Mm.
around that
Oh, we all
number.
wanted that so bad.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, I'll accept the trade," you know?
Hmm.
And then for the spiders, they creep me out, so I was like, "You can take them. It's
I think
fine."
this Firefly just said you're creepy, BBS.
That's
No,
okay. That's fine
spiders,
because
not
I
you.
did the
I'm just
impossible,
kidding.
including
Yeah, that
teaching
was
MetaMask
impossible.
to somebody from across the
Yeah,
world who was
Yeah.
like, I just
that
got
was
this for free and I don't even know how I even got it. So you tell me how to get
awesome.
it out of here.
So who
So, yeah,
got
But
Frank's
send me
Joker? Who ended up
um,
getting that?
Jinx, that's Jinx.
Oh,
in
that's
the end,
Jinx the
yeah.
Joker one. Okay, so
Yep.
that went to Colin
Peak
first, and
eventually,
Yeah.
yeah.
then Peakview bought it
And
off of Colin.
my gut feeling was right. It was within the numbers that I thought.
Ugh.
But when it was I was waiting until it got closer because I could only mint, I think, 4. So I was
Mm.
trying to mint between that number. But when it got somebody minted like 15, and I was like, there it is.
Yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's well, you got one of the two, so that's
Yeah.
still
I'm super
awesome.
happy with
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
think you, struck gold with this one
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I've
I
always
call it
liked
the
this
Harley
one.
Quinn, Harley Quinn
The Harley
Joker.
Quinn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought of. Like when I saw it, like for the
Mm.
first time, it was like that's a Harley Quinn looking Joker.
And I remember that day they were so excited, Krista and Frank, that you had got this. Like they were just beyond excited because it like this is going to a collector that they know, and they know it's not going to go anywhere, and that you'll
Yeah.
appreciate it. Like it's the
This is kind
ultimate.
of like this is on par with my ultimate hero, as in like this is not going anywhere forever.
Mm,
Right.
So that's yeah, my ultimate hero and this one are definitely on the same level as far as my favorites and the fact that they're cemented in my wallet.
Yeah. I know you said earlier that you want you the mythic has eluded you, but this is a one
Mhm.
of one. Like even
Yeah.
with
mhm.
mythics, they are one of ones within a collection of mythics. Like you've got the one of one from the artist
There's
that you love.
videos of
So
this being done too. Like there's
Yeah.
videos of Krista working on this. It's
yeah.
priceless.
So
Yeah,
as
I have
Gala,
no reason. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna add some color.
I was just gonna say I have no reason to complain. I'm super happy with my collection.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. Like when you were talking about the video thing, that makes me always think back to our video we did a few, well, probably just a month ago or so with Lord Galaban, where he's talking about provenance. Like
Hmm.
when you have a collectible item, having like video proof of the thing being created and who
Hmm.
created it, when, and that kind of stuff like that. Like you've got that provenance for this piece. Whereas some of the other things that we're all collecting, like we don't necessarily have like something so public like a video and that kind of stuff showing it getting developed. So that makes it even more special. So,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
you're still going to
And
get your
so
mythic
for
one of these days, like
oh, absolutely.
very soon. Though I hope you get one in series 2 or whenever. Like it, they are definitely special too, but not as special as like this one of one,
Hmm.
unique creation from Krista. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for those that don't know, this came from the Dead Poker Society NFT project, and during this, like it was a summer bash of 23, and for $25, this was a mint, and there was I want to say between 9 and 11 jokers that were one of ones from those artists. And so we
labs,
had
yeah.
one from Frank Lenatra, and then this one here is from Krista Lenatra. And I mean, it's what can you say that you've paid $25 for that
Yeah.
it's this great, you know? So
Yeah.
huge congratulations again.
Thank you.
Um, and this is one of those things where, I think in some communities, someone wins something like this, and you're like, oh, I can't believe this person, like I can't believe this, I want to win something, blah blah. But in this community it's really like we're cheering you on, like so you get this, and we're like all of us won, right? Even though we didn't get it, we're so
Yeah.
happy for you and what this means for you, that that just brings it to another level. So I see this and I don't think anything more than like I'm just so happy that you have this.
Thank you. Yeah, when I saw this that I had minted it, I was shaking. I was like, because I saw the teasers that she put out for it,
Mm.
and I kinda had a inkling of what it might look like, and I was like, "I want it so bad." And then I had a feeling like just a random, like, "Let me just mint now because it might be there." And then I minted
Mhm.
it, and I was just like, "Yeah, thank you."
You manifested it just like drywall, like with his
Yeah.
winning things. That's awesome. I
All right, I'm gonna move
manifested
on, but I don't want
the
to.
win of the Pacers. If you've loved basketball, my sons and I were playing, or my son, my youngest, we were shooting free throws on Saturday night, and I'll cut this out because this is ridiculous. But he's like, if you hit 5 free throws in a row, Dad, the Pacers are going to win Game 7 against the Knicks. And so I hit 5 free throws in a row. I mean, he's like, if you hit 7, they're going to win by 20. Well, the box score for Sunday's game was the Pacers 130, the Knicks 109. So they won by 21 points. So I made it happen because I shot the free throws. And you can thank me if you're not a Knicks fan and you're a Pacers fan. But I'm just kidding. But like we played this like manifestation thing where he's like, if you do this, then this is gonna happen. So I don't believe that my free throw shooting helped the Pacers at all, but it's a funny story and a coincidence. So but no, for your thing, like, oh, that's awesome. Like I love it when you get those like little taps on the shoulder to do something and something great comes out of it. Like those are just awesome moments in life. So anyways,
I'm gonna move on to the next slide. I don't want to, but
yeah. And this is I love this background.
It's one of my new ones.
The words out of my mouth.
This is umihire, right? Umihire, it means sea fin in Japanese. Or something of that effect, if according to Google Translate.
These dragons are so special. Like every single one, I'm like, ah, just love them.
I don't have this background, so I'm liking your background. I'm like, oh, I hope I get a background like this at some point.
Yeah, I got lucky enough. I minted pretty much all the breeds except for one, the frog one. I have all of them except for that one, I think. But yeah,
that's the one I have plenty of. I missed the pirate minting. I was working it and I just didn't have a chance to mint, and they minted out too quickly for me to get the pirate breed. But that's awesome. You'll get your frog. Those will
it'll happen.
Those toxic toads, or what are they? Is that what they're called? Toxic toads?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are special. I like those. But this one, is this a pirate? The pirate breed? Do we know?
Let me look.
I feel stupid, but I don't.
I don't have any pirate breeds, so I don't know. So I'm guessing it is because I don't have any of these like that have hatched. So maybe
I do have one of these, and I have. Let's see here.
Is it from the
Crags pirate of Croy? Class? Yep. Pirate class and Crags of Croy.
Yeah.
This is mine with the background.
You got a really cool background too, didn't you, BBS? Like on one of
the it's got like events? It's awesome. Signed Fortress.
That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait for the generative collection that potentially will come out someday for Series 2. I have no alpha, so you guys might know more, but
zero alpha.
Yeah, even if I did have information, I probably wouldn't remember it. I have the worst memory on known to man, so if I hear secrets, it's gone the next day.
Oh, nice. Krista and Frank know you're safe to give alpha to.
I have that. To be honest, I'm the same way. Like I write a lot of notes, and so that's so I can go back and look at the notes and not have to rely on my memory. But
no,
I move on.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. We're not gonna play the game tonight.
Yeah, we'll skip out of that.
Yeah. We'll play next time, and I'm actually going to create a game specifically for you.
Okay. Oh, no.
I have. It's going to be related to the TCG, so you'll do fine.
Okay.
I didn't have time. No, you will, because you're doing all the research and work around the TCG stuff. So
it's one of those things those who can't do teach. That's kind of where I fall.
That's okay. Like I learned a long time ago that like teaching reinforces your learning, so it's going to help. Like you've invested in the TCG, now you're learning it, and then you're taking that and you're now teaching it, so that will reinforce the learning. So you'll be better off no matter what, because you're teaching others.
Hopefully, yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to be great at it, like at the game, but you just have to be great at the instruction, or you just have to be willing to give the instruction because no one else is doing it. So step forward
Yeah.
and lead.
I've missed a few uploads because I filmed the how to play video, and it's been giving me fits. Um, I'm going to be relying
Also,
heavily on memes to get me through that video.
yeah, I like
Um,
it that you bring in like the SpongeBob memes and stuff like that.
yeah,
A few hours later.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
It's good. Like
that's fun.
every little bit helps, and
Yeah.
like that we have content out there that's searchable, and you know,
yeah. That's my main goal. Like, if someone hears the Scyther Chronicles, I want them to be able to hop on YouTube and be like, "What's this?" And
mhm,
then find me, and then hopefully through me find the Battle Bunnies. And that's my main goal. Like, bring people to the Battle Bunnies, genuine people to the Battle Bunnies
yeah,
who want to be there for either, if it's not TCG, then it's for, the drawing or whatever they fancy, but
Mhm.
bring them in to something they like, not just,
mhm,
because they want something, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was in,
like you don't want to just get people that want free stuff. Like I want a free, something that I can flip and make, so I can go buy
yeah,
something I really want. Like we don't want those people.
Yeah.
We want the people that want to be around, want to contribute. You know, they don't have to start a podcast. They don't have to buy anything. They just gotta, be good community members and
Yeah, just be
add to the
there.
fluffle. Yep.
I was in a channel today, looking for a shaman class icon, and there, and I will call it anybody out, but there's a person in there that's like, hey, I'm not a member, and I'm not a holder, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford something like in this collection, or like it's just not in the cards for me, or and I just stress that it's not so much like it's a place where you're a member and you're going to be treated the same. It's just, how many channels do you have access to? Like you might
Yeah.
have extra channels, or there might be like more access to other things, but the core of it is you don't need to be a holder, specifically. And that's nice. Like there's no shaming, even if you like sell something. Like we've talked about, like we're never going to sell anything, but there's sometimes when I'm like, oh, I bought something and I'm like, I don't know if I should have bought that because I didn't need it, and now I can sell it so that I can get something else that I need,
Yeah.
or I need to sell it. There's no shaming for that, and other projects there definitely is. um so
Yeah. No, I
it's
wouldn't
just
be here
it's
if
that
somebody
feeling
wasn't
of,
selling. Yeah.
right, you have to sell, you have to give and take, and most of the stuff not selling, like
Yeah.
99% of it,
Yeah.
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 I like earn that. So
I
with
There
the
was months
remember.
before. Oh,
No, sorry, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say, there was months before there was a mint. So like, I might have
yeah,
ran out of steam. Like, just
mm-hmm,
waiting for the mint. Like the fact that people put stuff on the market to sell,
mm-hmm,
enabled me to start collecting, start feeling like more connected to the community through the collection. Um, because we need that. We needed people to willing to sell their light dragons eggs. Because I
Yeah.
wanted to participate in those egg hatchings. I was like, I need an eggs. I want a birthday, thing.
mm-hmm.
I want to see I want to see what it is. That was so exciting. And if nobody was selling eggs at that point, I would have been like, oh, this is getting old. Like, I'll just wait till the next mint, and then I probably would have never came back. So it's good that people actually put stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like B Hit's good with that. He'll buy a bunch and then put something up. Like I got Grace from B Hit. Like after we had him on the show, I was like, it sounds familiar. Like there's something I should look at. And I looked at Grace and I bought it from him for, I won't get into that, but it was a lot less than what you would think. So that things like that happen where someone's either like, hey, I need to cut ties with a few of these, and I'm going to put them on the market for next to nothing. And if you're lucky enough to be there at the same time, snack them up. So Grace and a couple others. There was a wave of them in the beginning that I got, and then I think I sold. That's another thing. Like, so we mentioned, if someone from the Fluffle needs something, then we're like, yeah, it has to be some conditions there, though, right? Like they have to be like true, right? So, um, like I got hit up with, hey, I need 4 or 5 bunnies because I want to get a custom, and I'm like, you're killing me with this, right? But let me think about it, and I did it just to help that person get a custom because it's something that I would want. Um, and I happened to have the 4 or 5 that he needed, and we made it happen. So, um, and then he in turn a lot long way like down the road, right? Um, I needed 8 spiders for that summer bash. I had 8 spiders to go, and then I would have 80, which is the whole collection of eights for Dead Poker Society. And he was the only one that wouldn't because he said it's tied to a physical item. And man, when it's tied to a physical item, I don't trade anything. So I said, okay. And he gave me those 8 spiders, and that was clopping. Um, so it's just like this back and forth of, you need something. All right, I'll help you out. And then I not expecting anything back. Um, he just said, "Hey, what's your wallet?" And that "what's your wallet" is a three words we always want to hear, but we're always like, "Well, all right, but I'm not really expecting anything. You don't feel obligated." Um, so I mean, he's just like shown time after time after time of just like a solid guy.
Yep.
Um,
That's how
so now I get to say
sorry, go
I get
ahead.
to say like, hey, I have 80, like the impossible dream. It's never going to happen again. And it's really thanks to, him, you, Krista, Dave, like, um, just like Jad gave me one. Like, so like there's a lot of like, I minted them, but then they were given to me and I traded a lot. So like just to get that means so much to me. And then to be able to help him with the 4 or 5, I told him it ripped my heart out, but 4 or 5 bunnies, like I need blah blah. I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, um, but then for having to return that, like so, like, and I've seen shades of that, a lot of that from you, MsFirefly, and I really appreciate that. It's rare, and it means a lot. Like that you're willing, like not like you're gonna just be like, oh, everybody, step up. I'm gonna give you free stuff. It has to mean something, and it has to come from a place of not accepting anything back. And that's a really rare occurrence.
Yeah,
So
that's how Klopping got his crown for his Spartan.
mm,
I think it was the Ghost Bunny or the Hooligan Mint. I wasn't gonna be able to afford any because it was just, hard time at that time.
mm,
And I was like, but I want them. So I was like, I talked to Krista and Frank and and I was like, could we possibly do a raffle for one of my Spartans? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And he won the raffle, and that's how he got his Spartan, his first Spartan.
wow.
And like it went to somebody who deserved it, and that's what made me happy. And like he let me keep the name that I named it. So I was happy.
I
I
mean,
think
that's like
yes.
having that tied to him, and his character. Uh, it's like still having it. I would think. It's like, because if one of us has it, then we all have it, really.
Yeah.
So you didn't really lose that, but it's great that that's his first, like, or he gets that Spartan, like that's part of his story now, like so that's it's just awesome.
Yeah. When Krista put up the Discord channel for the stories, I messaged him. I was like, hey, would you mind if I posted the Spartan story that I created for this Spartan? He's like, yeah, go ahead. You know, I was like, okay, awesome. Because I like the story, so I just posted it.
That's so nice. Yeah. Bill. I'm gonna have him on a future episode. That's a little bit of alpha. He's gonna come back on.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
I heard
he's great.
Disco is going to be on again also.
Yep, Disco is talking that up. I was in the last the Fancast watch party. They're like, "Oh, Disco's." I'm like, "All right, well, that's his like to do." Like, so if you're coming on and you're like, you want to tell everybody you're coming on, that's totally cool. Like, we no problem with that.
We're not purposely holding it back. Like if you were in our Discord server, I think, and you've been scheduled, you can see that.
Yeah, when it's scheduled and it's permanent, then it's like, and Brian's working on it, then we put it up there so that the people that have been on the show before as a guest, they get a Discord role within the unfan ultimate fan on the fan. I get them mixed. The ultimate fan cast Discord. Within there, you get a separate role that says featured guest, and then you get access to knowing who the guests are that are being like worked on in production.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told anybody who isn't on that list. So
okay.
I told Krista and I told Frank, and I think Disco knows as well. So
yeah,
that's about it.
And it's a sizable list. So
yeah.
And we're thankful for every single one. Like every once in a while, just like it's like you're at work with me, so I'll be listening to this at work while I'm like writing an article or something, and it's awesome. Like I don't know if others are doing the same thing, but it's pretty cool.
I do that too. I have the fan cast running sometimes just in the background because, like, I don't know, just I like it. So, I don't want to hear me talking, but I like hearing the story, especially the older ones and stuff like that. So I go back and play the ones that were from last fall and stuff. So you are, I think, episode number 42. So we're getting,
that's a good number.
It's a good one.
It's an even number, which I like.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, it's I added, like, I was doing the games segments in there, and I've just run out of time to produce those. Like you mentioned that like some you got stuck and you haven't been able to publish recently. Just I'll keep publishing again. I'll give you some advice. Just get back in, and publish when it's ready, and you'll know when you got it to the point where you're feeling good about it. But as a subscriber, like the game segments getting played over again told me that most people already watched the original episode because they weren't watching just the game.
Yeah, we got like 6 people.
Oh, maybe we'll attract some people. Yeah, I was like, maybe we'll attract some new people with the game segments, and like, so we were just experimenting. But my youngest son, who's he's all about short form, he's like, you need to take segments out of each of your episodes and put them on TikTok or Instagram stories. He's like, even your 5-minute thing is too long. It needs to be like 60 seconds. And I'm like, I don't have time to figure out what those 60 seconds would be.
I'm going to get that pork roll one though. I'm going to get that down to 30 seconds. I'm just going to play that over and over again. I could not believe we were almost done with Doug's video, like almost done. And he's like, hold on, I gotta reach over and get this pork roll. And I was like, I cannot even take this right now. Like,
he made it his profile photo.
I don't know if he knows how funny he is. He is so funny. He just like, he lives across from
the Koala Reserve.
The Koala Reserves, right? So we get done with the video. Maybe we'll probably have to cut some of this out. Gets done with the video, right? Throws on a bike helmet and runs down his driveway. Right, so we're like, where is he?
Scooter. He's on a scooter. He's on a scooter with his youngest. Yeah.
And then he goes, there's a koala reserve right over there. We're like, okay. And he goes, never seen one. Ah. He's great. Like, I don't know how he's not on every TV screen. He's like, I would pay to watch that. So we were lucky to have
It's
him
full of life.
when he did a show.
Yeah, we're sorry he couldn't make it for your episode, but we're gonna have you back.
Yeah.
So, if you will have us, if you will be
Yeah, if
on
you-
our show again, we'd be privileged to, or that's not the right word. We'd be honored if you'd come back on for a second showing.
Thank you. Yeah, I will. It's a lot. This is a lot less scary than I thought it would be. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe we
if
could do
Lord
like
L was on here, we probably would have ruined everything. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, no, just kidding.
No, he wouldn't. No, but I think like maybe like you and Krista could come on and
Oh,
chat
that'd
with
be
us,
fun.
or like
Ooh, a
like
Valkyrie
we'll just
talk,
do like
yeah.
duos, like Marissa and AJ. Just like Disco and Doug would be good, I think.
Double D's.
Aaron and Jad. Like I'm just thinking of like, I don't know, we can mix up the duos. Like it would just be fun. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Less like an interview and more just like we're hanging out, chilling, throwing some flowers around, as Luke would say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be great. Well, anything we didn't cover, like that you want to cover, get in this original episode?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay.
How about you, BBS? Any closing thoughts or questions?
I don't have any closing. I asked. I wanted to know about the name.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
I really enjoyed what you've shared with us today about your grandmother, about
Maybe next time I'll get into
maybe
that.
your grandparents. Yeah, your grandmother and your grandfather. Your time with Frank and Krista. I can really see that, like what they mean to you, almost without words, and that's pretty powerful. So thank you. And thank you for your time. Like I know this is like, oh, I'm gonna be on I'm gonna be on a screen. Like, are you serious? Like, so like, thank you so much because I know that the amount of commitment and the like having to push yourself, like I do too. Like I have this mug that says, I need my space. I got from the NASA Space Museum, which is a joke in the family, but because I'll shut down. I'll have a nap after this for like an hour. Like I'm done. So I really appreciate you coming on. Yeah. Oh, well, it's going to bed too. It's 12:30 here.
It's 12:30 in the morning. Yeah. I got to be up and ready to go out at 7 a.m. So yeah, no, we really appreciate you being on here.
Thank you so much
I
for
echo
having
everything
me.
that BBS said.
Sorry it took so long.
No, it's all about the right timing and everything happens for a reason. The universe, like, so this is the right timing. Unfortunately, we don't have Luke, but he's one of the three amigos. But yeah, everything happens for a reason, and so I think this is the right reason and the right timing, and I think it went well. I'm excited to see the final copy, and then like to see the Fluffle just go, what? Are you serious? Miss Firefly, what?
This one's gonna get a lot of watches.
It's awesome.
I don't know about that.
We do. We can predict which episodes are going to do really well with the community, and I'm sure this will be one of those. So that was an awesome one. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this episode for months, like since last fall. Like it was like one on the list, like, we've got to get Miss Firefly on. We've got to get Miss Firefly. And I'm finally, like so glad that it happened for the community. Selfishly for us, like you got to see like just all the the great stuff in her collection. You got to see the trip at Richmond and hear about all the ways that she's just said yes and got involved and been used to to help something she loves get out there in the world. And as I said earlier in the episode, if you're not subscribed to her channel for Miss Firefly TCG, it's a good follow. It's a good subscription. You're going to get information. You're going to maybe you're like me and you don't know anything, or maybe you're like BBS and you play Magic the Gathering and you know all the things. You're still going to learn something. You're going to learn more about Miss Firefly, and you're going to see, her love and, her personality for, the game, and how she, she teaches you as she's learning herself, because we're all learning. Like, we're still learning. I don't know everything. We screw some things up on this. We're unofficially, promoting this stuff, and she's doing the same for the TCG. So just, follow her, subscribe, hit the bell, do that stuff. But yeah, this was like an episode that we had to make happen, and I'm glad we finally did. We miss you, Luke. Wish you could have been on it, but
yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, I just it's an emotional one for me, because I feel like, I'm very big into like the circles of like friends, and you have groups, and then you have like what we have here is like an inner circle, but it's not like a closed circle. It's everybody can come in and join. But I feel like with Miss Firefly and this community member, it's like the very inner part of the circle, like the heart of the circle. And so, like we have puzzle pieces and everybody's a puzzle piece. I feel like with Miss Firefly, it's like a piece of the heart. Like we have this people that are being like brought into companies to go work with people, and I feel like the quiet confidence, although if you ask Miss Firefly, she probably say she doesn't have confidence, but it's the feeling and the caring is such a strength there, that that there's a lot of confidence in that, knowing what you love and like and follow, and just being there. There's a quiet confidence of walking the walk with somebody without saying anything. Like I have my stepfather and I, we haven't said a word to each other in years, but we are always near each other, and we're always like quietly talking to each other, with like body language or whatever. There's other ways to talk, and there's just seeing that, like with Miss Firefly, like I really get a lot more about her from this show, that I think that you're gonna love. And it's that heart, that feeling and that emotion, um, that got me. So thank you, Miss Firefly. And that's all.
Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, Lord L, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where Ultimate fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today, like X, Facebook, or Instagram, and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.